As we've been doing every week, just a quick press briefing about the work that we did in the Judiciary Committee. We had 4 bills on the agenda. We only heard 2 bills. They both passed unanimously, 7-0. The first one, which is an interesting bill, is authored by Representative Justin Wood of the House, and it actually eliminates the defense of not guilty by reason of insanity in the state of Oklahoma. This is something that's been a trend in several other states. I believe 14 have totally eliminated not guilty by reason of insanity as a defense. This actually maintains or retains part of that defense, and now there will be not guilty by reason of mental illness. And of course, the purpose there is to make sure that those who commit these crimes due to some sort of mental illness or disability are able to get treatment, and then they're able to be released after they are no longer a threat to themselves or to others. However, this actually creates guilty by reason of mental defect. This is going to be narrowly defined and limited to somebody who has an antisocial disability or a diagnosis, and that contributed to the crime. And that way, these people will be able to be incarcerated and retained in those correction facilities for an extended, if not indefinite, period of time. So no longer will they be able to get the not guilty by reason of insanity verdict, but instead guilty by reason of mental defect. This is something that I know Justin Wood worked with several different members of the judiciary. I met with them as well. District Attorney Smotherman out of Pottawatomie County was vital in making sure that this legislation was passed due to some circumstances that they had seen in his county. Also worked with Public Defender Bob Ravitz here in Oklahoma County, brought all of those parties to the table, and we were able to come up with information that advocates, district attorneys, criminal defense attorneys could all agree upon. So that will now head to the House floor. The other bill that was heard, Senate Bill 1327, that's authored by myself and by Senator David Holt, and this is an update to the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act in the state of Oklahoma. This was important for the Department of Human Services to make sure that we stayed compliant with this uniform law so that we can continue to receive federal funding to help in our child support enforcement efforts. I believe that with federal funding, that helps about $50 million a year when it comes to child support enforcement actions, and that's something that's very important in this down budget year to make sure that we retain all of the funding that we possibly can. So that, again, passed unanimously, and that has no amendments, and so that is a live round, as we say, and that can go to the House floor, and as soon as it's approved, it will be available for the governor to sign.